Look, I think it's time to talk about Zion. I mean, look, it's pretty much low-hanging fruit at this point. That's why I've kind of like pushed off talking about him. But pretty much every other sports commentating channel has done it, talking about Zion. I mean, how they're talking about him on ESPN now, just because he hasn't reached out to CJ McCollum. And look, it's pretty apparent that he is the talk of the town. But hey, when you're a generational talent that went #1 overall and isn't playing because of a foot injury and because of other possible reasons as well, it's hard not to talk about it, and it's hard not to avoid the conversation. Also, really quickly, guys, we're on the grind to 30 subscribers. If you guys can subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're almost done with February. We're only 10 subs away from 30 subscribers, and I would love to hit that milestone by the end of February going into March. That way we can keep grinding in March. So again, please hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying my content, even though I fuck up on words a lot. And yeah, look, again, thank you guys so much for the recent support on all my videos that I've been producing thus far. And like I said, please subscribe if you do enjoy the channel, and let's get right back into the video. So anyways, what's up guys, my name is Brandon, welcome back to the channel. This video, like I mentioned, we're talking about Zion and his situation in New Orleans right now. It's not looking great on either end, to be honest. With Zion, he might have the potential of another foot surgery, as well as rehabbing it because he felt soreness in that foot that he is injured. I believe it's his right foot. And there's also things coming out now that's saying that he hasn't really reached out to CJ. I mean, as of today, he has. So, and today is the 2/2/2 Tuesday. I mean, whatever bullshit your mom's probably writing on Facebook about, you know, that is that's what he's doing right now. Is, you know, I don't know if being a dismissive teammate, like JJ Redick said on ESPN, is a great way to call it, but he's definitely not filling up to a bill as a guy that's supposed to be the forefront of your team, is to be the main guy on your team. And I think it's apparent that he might want out of New Orleans, or he does want out of New Orleans. And I know there has been talk in the past that his main destination was New York, and he was kind of distraught that New York didn't get the #1 overall pick. Hell, even before he got drafted officially by New Orleans, there was talk that he possibly could go back to Duke, and that he was considering it, but he didn't feel like he would be that type of dude to commit and then to pull out because he didn't go to the place he wants to go. And honestly, I think that honestly would cause like a domino effect of, you know, possibly for others to come. So I'm kind of glad it didn't happen, even though I'm all for players, you know, empowerment, but I'm also saying like that might be taking it a big step too far to dictate where you get drafted to, or at least to be considered where in a possible landscape. But anyways, like I was saying, it's going to be a difficult decision on New Orleans' ends because he is also up for contract extension after this season. And do you give him a contract extension because he's only played in about 83, 84, 85 games? You know, I saw something on Twitter that pretty much compared him to Greg Oden, and I think it's honestly a worthy comparison. I mean, look, I really wasn't following the NBA too much at the time to really understand Greg Oden and what he was going through, but from what I've gathered, you know, through knowledge since getting really into the NBA, is the fact that Greg Oden was supposed to be this next dominating center. I mean, he was, an All-American out of Ohio State, and this guy was a beast, and that's why he went #1 overall over Kevin Durant, by the way, in that draft, and back in 2008, in the 08 draft. So it isn't hard to see why there are comparisons. Greg Oden has suffered from microscopic knee surgeries throughout his whole career. I mean, he's had to have them. He's had to go under the knife so many times because of his knees, because his body couldn't keep up with the physicality and the athleticism that he was trying to exert on a nightly basis. He played 83 games through his first 3 seasons. Zion's played 85. That is a worthy comparison. Now, the only difference is that Zion actually, when healthy, has exhibited that. I think Greg Oden kind of did as well, but it just got to a point where he just couldn't keep up, Greg Oden. So with Zion, it's just a little bit of an issue because we're kind of seeing the same thing. And if you're New Orleans, do you give him a contract extension? I don't know. That's the thing. And what Zion could do, and it's something that I've seen on other channels as well, is he can go into his final season on his rookie deal, accept a qualifying offer to stay in New Orleans for a 5th season, and then be an unrestricted free agent, and that's something unprecedented. We've never seen that happen. This goes back to player empowerment. If Zion will do something that kind of seems shady and something that's unprecedented before, like I said, we haven't seen a player do this to force a move to a team. We've seen him, talk to the media about forcing a trade, but we've never seen a dude accept a contract and then just for the sole reason to leave the next season. I mean, look, we can also talk about, possibly how the Big Three was set up in Miami, kind of like that, but LeBron stayed in Cleveland and he set it up to the point where he was talking to other teams, regardless of the fact that, there was possibility that he could just stay in Cleveland or go to Miami or go to other teams like Chicago that were interested. Zion could just force a move and the Pelicans get absolutely nothing in return. He could accept he can accept his rookie deal extension and stay in New Orleans, or he can take the qualifying offer and leave after a season. He doesn't owe New Orleans an explanation as to why, or even he doesn't owe New Orleans being able to sign and trade him. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. They don't have to, as long as he agrees to deal with with whatever team, which is most likely going to be New York. Look, we know his love for playing in Madison Square Garden. We know his love for New York. Look, I'm sure he wants to link up back with RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish to reform those Duke days. And look, I ultimately agree with the decision of possibly getting out of New Orleans, but I also think he could possibly just do this in a manner that we've just never seen before, and quite frankly, I just don't think is going to go well, especially with the Players Association or with the NBA. But anyways, that is going to be it for me. Again, if you guys could subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're on the grind for 30 subs, and I would love for it to hit that milestone before we go into March. So again, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.